5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, here we are.
Oopsie. You're a little bit early.
Yeah, well, we don't do this very often now. Hang on, I'm just still trying to pour my drink. Hold on.
Put that there, right? Because we won't have people in. They're not expecting us.
Oh, I've just had a Mount Vesuvius.
Oh, whoopsie.
Yeah, but luckily it's nowhere near the computer.
Right, don't need that. Don't need. Go away. Adverts. Adverts.
There we go.
Now, hello. What's he done now? What's he done now? I've just had a news alert pop. Oh, what? That doesn't exist. All right.
Has anyone? I haven't got anyone got. It wasn't working. Good afternoon, Nick. I thought it wasn't working.
Why? You're on the wrong thing, Nick.
Yeah.
Hello, Richard.
Hello, Richard. So, as you can see, we've got the ticky tape thing at the top now.
Yeah.
So it's the wow factor tonight. Them records that you go, wow, and Giffarian's left his records. I can get them in a minute because he'll want to go for a wee because he doesn't know we don't do hatches, matches, and dispatches.
Hello, Terry. Welcome in.
So, since I've last spoke to you, I've gone through a little bit of a health change.
No, not that sort of change.
No, basically, as I'm getting older and I'm getting less mobile.
Yes, join the club.
Yeah, I found out that I've got type 2 diabetes now.
Wow. Have you got type 2 or are you pre-type 2?
No, I'm type 2. I went over the marker.
Oh, right.
But not
that'll change once we sort of get out of the winter months.
Yeah, so they've put me on medication, and because of some other history of my family, on medication. So I've been quite tired at night. So I'm aching. I'm just getting used to the medication. So if you've noticed the videos that are doing a bit earlier and it's not the right light or anything, it's because I'm quite bright in the morning, but by 2 o'clock, I feel like I've run 2 marathons.
You see, this is where you're going to start doing what I do. 2 o'clock, sneak off, put the feet up.
No, I haven't got.
Don't do more than an hour and a half to 2 hours, absolute max. Because if you do more than that, you'll absolutely bugger your sleep for the night.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. So I'm okay. I've had when I went
to old age creeping up on him.
Yeah, when I went to my to see my diabetic nurse, we went through all the thing, and the good news is I eat very healthy anyway, and the things that I shouldn't eat, there's only 2 things I actually eat, and that one was honey, and there was obviously sugar, but I don't have sugar in anything except in a bit of cooking. And when I explained to what I use it for, it wasn't so bad. And the good news is,
it's allowed. Yeah,
I'm allowed because I don't drink much these days.
No, I mean, the last alcohol I had was Christmas.
Yeah, so it's.
I just haven't felt the need or the inclination.
No, so yeah, so I have got to change my bread because I don't eat much white bread these days anyway. So it's all good.
Yeah, and whole meal first. Whole grain first if you can, then whole meal. Then I would go sourdough.
Yes. What's the beer of the day? Oh, right. I've got the can here. This is a Crystalline Waters Sessional IPA. Yeah.
Shiny, shiny, shiny. Can't
I
see
don't
it.
know where it's from.
Is that CRIS or YS?
It's Crystal, Cry Stall, and then Line Waters.
Right.
Says here, Barcelona, Spain. So it could be a Spanish. And it's gluten.
Cerveza Espiga.
It's a nice little IPA. It's a
Launched,
4.5.
let's see, the brewery launched in 2012 in Saint Laurent d'Orton near Barcelona. Espiga balances technical mastery with creative flair. Co-founders Teresa Galvan and Arno Rovira brought scientific rigor to styles ranging from crowd-pleasing IPAs to complex barrel-aged sours.
He's gone. I've got to go. As I say, you've got the com.
Yeah, that actually looks a rather tasty brewery. Let's bring that back up because they do other beers here. Where are we? Oh, they do a 12 beer mixed case. Wow. Ooh, that does look tasty. Oh, crikey. They do a 16 beer mix. Oh, this is beer 52. 16 beer mix case, Home Counties Beer Collection. Faroe Islands. Ooh. We might have to get one of those. Sorry, I was just looking at Beer 52, the people who do the thing. Let's see, I went to the shouldn't drink anymore, but at the same time, don't drink less.
Je suis awake. Okay.
Ohio gozaimasu.
Yes. So Rocky hasn't been up to anything unusual. Although we did have some Jehovah's Witness knock the door one night, and one of them was actually with my neighbour. And Rocky went out for a wee, and he sort of barked as he was having his wee, just to announce that he's out there. And this bloke foolishly came out of a dark bit and started coming towards us. Well,
ankles at the ready.
I told him, all I said to him, do not move. Why? I says, because he'll have your ankles. Is he violent? I went, vicious. I went, no, you're coming close to him and me, and that's a no.
Yeah.
Now, for a dog that's 15 years old, he's still not scared. He will still let people know.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he was.
Speaking of that, what happened on Sunday night?
I'll tell you later.
Right, okay.
All I can say is there was a bit of argy-bargy, handbags at dawn between a couple, and the person locked himself in the house, so the big key had to come out.
Ooh.
And that's on the
Jehovah cough.
Yeah,
Yeah. No.
Yeah, see, Rocky did. Anyway, so because I am like this is where I am is a house association. I'm sort of like not the safety officer, but I'm one that reports towards. And so on Monday morning, I had to send an email. So, yeah, the door has got a new lock on it, but it needs mending properly.
It needs a new door, basically, that sort of thing.
Yes, they did make it safe, but yeah, the big key had to come out.
I mean, whenever they did my place, they very bravely said, "Your door took a lot this morning." I said, "I'm going, what have you done? What have you done?" He said, "We had to take out the big key." Oh, bloody hell! They did. They made it safe, but I had to go and get a new bloody door.
I know.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I've now got my records for tonight.
Good.
So as we're saying, if you've got any records that the wow factor, that songs that go, hey, that woke me up.
Yeah, that or something that, sort of the first time you heard it went, wow, blew your mind.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, I was listening to Planet Rock this morning and going down, do a bit of shopping and pick up a coffee in my favourite place. And all of a sudden, Foreigner 4 started being played.
Ooh.
And I went, bloody hell, I haven't heard that in years. And I got that wow factor again. And I thought, wow. Literally, wow. We have a bit of housekeeping to do, don't we?
Oh, yes. Do you want to do that first? I have got me a bit of paper.
I have a bit as well.
Hey.
The buttons have all changed. Right, it's that one. Come on, come up and tell me.
We're spinning the wheel for when we do our top 10s in April.
There we go.
Now, don't forget this one. You must omit 1986 for the first one. You can put it back in afterwards, but only for this one.
Bonk.
Okay.
There should be a blank spot should appear somewhere, but come on. Where have you gone?
Oh,
yes, it's there. It's missing.
Okay.
Bum. So shuffle, shuffly. Give it a spin.
So this is for the US
2nd of April.
On 2nd of April, 19. Is it going to be 70 or 77?
77. Right. So close that.
86 can come back and play now.
Whoops. We'll put you down there. We go 1986. Bum. And come back up. And we'll do a shuffle just in case. And boom, there we go.
This is for the UK Top 10, 16th of April. Or was it going to click into
91?
1991? And for some reason, we've got 3 top 10s in April, and this one's for another American one on the 30th of April.
Last day of the month.
As long as it's not 1977.
Oh, 62.
Yeah, we've just done 62 today.
Do you want to do it again?
Yeah, do it again.
Oh, okay.
Can't do 2 62s that close because it was literally the same. Oh, 61's all right.
All right, 1961. Okay.
Yeah, you can't, there's not going to be much difference in a chart too.
Right.
So there we go. We've got the 2nd of April 1977 for a US. We've got a 1991 for the 16th of April for the UK, and 1961 for another US at the end of April. So
there we go.
I can put them together tomorrow.
All right, and I can, while you're doing that, I can adjust the schedule.
Now, if you remember last month, someone suggested that I would rank the Star Wars movies. And I've started watching them. So I've watched the first two.
But you need to explain the sequence that you are using to watch.
Yes, I'm doing it in the sort of the timeline of Star Wars. So I've done the Phantom Menace, and I've done the Clone Wars, Attack of the Clones. Then I'm going to watch the Revenge of the Sith, probably this weekend. Then I should watch the Han Solo, Rogue One, and then A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and The Return of the Jedi. And don't ask me what the latest three's full names are, because I don't very rarely watch them because I don't like them. I love that. Good evening, Mike.
Hello.
Let's see.
Hello,
Phantom
everybody.
Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, Solo, Rogue One, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker. There you go. Hello, Mike.
Hello.
Hello.
And Mike. Hello.
So yeah, you took a nap. Anyway, I did find out something.
Yes.
After watching one of the videos, so the Mekons are now a country band in the United States.
Really? They've been a country band for quite a long time.
How can you go from punk to
Yeah, it's not sort of, it's not Dolly Parton country.
Oh, that's all right.
It's more sort of Americana, really.
Yeah. So how's Japan?
Japan is thawing out. It's starting to warm up here.
She's here.
Yeah. Spring's here.
I wouldn't go that far ahead in this country, because one minute you can have a lovely day, and then the next day it can be back to rain and hot yuck.
Yeah. It's been nice here today.
Yes.
In fact, the last few days has been, quite sort of spring-like, but I think we're due some rain tomorrow, so there you go.
No, we've already got it.
Yes. So yeah, but I thoroughly enjoyed Saturday. I think it was a good little tier ranking that was, all them real obscure punk songs.
It was good fun, wasn't it? Just I don't really care about the rankings. It's just a chance to talk about stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think when Nick arrives, we've got something to talk about, haven't we? The big event of the week.
It's on the list, Terry. Summer is here already. We'll be. Oh, crikey.
Oh yes, we got that to talk about. And
Mick, bugger off. 30C on the weekend for 50. Crikey.
I won't forget Rogue One.
Oh dear.
But I did watch some cricket today.
Oh, that's right. The ICC.
Yeah, we lost by 7 runs.
Oops. Who beat you?
India.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah. But I've come to the conclusion watching T20 that the Indian batsmen do not know what footwork is.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think sort of. We're on for a sort of hide into nothing, really, when we play in that part of the world.
Yeah, everyone is
so different.
Yes. So anyway, I've been catching up on some of your videos, Michael, because I've been so tired in the afternoons. I've been relaxing. Because I'm diabetic type 2 now.
Oh, I didn't know this was that you
Yes. Yes, so I'm on medication and it's getting used to it, and it makes you achy and all that sort of nonsense. So in the afternoons, I sit up and catch up with. And one afternoon, I did a binge on your record.
Oh, I'm flattered.
I had a binge. On your channel.
Yeah, so you know all about Japanese record grading now, do you?
Oh yes, so I was
Yeah.
fascinated by it all.
Yeah.
And there's me just looking at it and go, "Oh, that's all right. I'll buy that."
Yeah, that's the English way, isn't it?
I can just imagine me being in a Japanese record store and just going, "Yeah, that's all right. I'll have that."
Yeah. You're not allowed to, though, are you, Michael? Didn't you tell us that you're not allowed to touch the record?
No,
you get the staff to do it.
They don't want the liability.
Yeah.
Especially with heathens like us coming in. I don't think they'd approve of my method of going through a bin either, would they?
They just wouldn't say anything.
They'd go, and then talk about me when I've gone out. But no, I'm one of these people though that I would be very respectful. When I do get to Japan, I'll be very respectful of the shop. And yeah, well, when Nick comes up, Nick and I did go to a record fair the other Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I picked up a couple of bits. I picked up some special singles. And having Nick there, he gave it the approval. These are the proper two-tone paper sleeves, so that was all right. Picked up a Joan Baez album and a Joe Jackson album. I'm your man. So, and we went there just saying, "Oh, well, let's go and have a look." It was in a pub, so we was going to have a drink anyway, and we both come out with stuff. But that's a fatal thing, isn't it? Go to a records fair and say, "Oh, I'm not going to go and buy anything."
Oh, come on.
Yeah. You never ever, you're never ever going to go to a record fair and not buy anything.
Yeah, or if you pop in, there's one near where I went in not so long ago. Just popped in to have a look, and I come out with a record. So did Lee.
Yeah. Well, about a month ago, I picked up a flyer in Jumbo Records, and it was for Oxfam mega vinyl record sale that was at the Hyde Park Book Club, a tiny venue in Leeds. And I thought I'll go along and have a look. And quite honestly, it was just the usual charity shop rubbish, only a lot more of it. I thought they might be bringing stuff in, because they do have. I mean, Oxfam do have their sort of their specialist sort of vinyl outlets, don't they?
Yes.
And I thought they were going to bring some decent stuff, but no, it was just the same old rubbish.
What, James Last?
Yeah, and so,
Albert.
yeah, bits and pieces in really, really poor condition that were being sold at, Discogs Median, and they were really fair at the very best, some of these. So yeah, I think that was the only time I've ever, especially gone to a sort of a record event and come away with nothing. So yeah.
Yeah, it's this one of my brought was for a couple of quid, and you thought, well, if there's a scratch on it, I'll live with it. I only paid £2. I got it home and I played it, and there's not a scratch on it.
Well, there you go.
And it's that Joe Jackson album. It sounds really good. I mean, Mike knows the real story behind that, but I don't want to give too much away just in case. There is a story behind that. So what I paid for it, I think I got a deal there.
Yeah.
But even the Joan Baez live album, this is recorded in the 60s. It's on the Fontana. It's one of her gospel-y type albums, but it's a lovely album. When that time when she was doing a lot of gospel singing and that, it's really is nice with the backing.
Yeah, the internet and social media is really killing record prices. And what I mean by that is the record sellers are now more savvy and they're all looking online at what the prices are. And so you walk into some of these dusty shops. Well, here in Japan, they're like mom and pops where you could tell that they're in their 60s and 70s, and the prices are just ridiculously high. And nobody's in there. So I don't know what their business strategy is. But there's more and more shops like that here. And so when you guys say I picked something up for a quid, when I hear a quid here is like, Simon and Garfunkel Bridge Over Troubled Water, of which there's a million copies, or Bay City Rollers or things like that. But prices are really going up. Aretha Franklin records, early Aretha Franklin records here are $100, the equivalent of. So
Wow.
you really have to wait it out, And when the auctions come up, there's 30 people who are looking. Whether they bid is another story or not. I mean, there's lots of copies of it, but the thing is that the prices are really drifting up.
Yeah, I mean, when we was having a beer on at this record fair, there was someone setting up, and they'd got these records, and he was literally got his phone going through Discogs, and then pricing up a record.
Yeah. I mean, this is it, isn't it? But I think there's like you were saying, Michael. The internet is sort of killing this, and there's certain genres sort of suffer more from this than others, and I think the biggest sort of case of sort of hyperinflation is 60s psych.
Oh yeah, it's out of control now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it happens to be on Vertigo, then you're talking three figures.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. I was talking on another live stream about the disparities, and you can find some really good sort of international music that's sort of nothing, going for, literally going for sort of quid or two, because people aren't looking for it.
Right. It's not on their radar,
Yeah.
What's actually driving the price rise?
I mean, I think the biggest one I've seen is since Ozzy Osbourne died. You could pick up some of his his 80s solo albums, Original Sin and Bark at the Moon, for peanuts. Now you're talking 30, 40 quid for an original.
Right.
Just because heavy metal, you're right, Richard, does command things. It's like I was going through a bin in the Black Prince, and they'd got an original Killers Iron Maiden. He wanted 50 quid for it, and considering I paid a few quid for it, and mine's was in better condition than his.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, early Iron Maiden, early Motorhead can be really expensive.
It is. I mean, I put that 10-inch of Please Don't Touch. I mean, I was lucky to get that for a tenner, because I've seen it a lot more expensive, because it was a 10-inch was a limited edition. So oh, Dave.
Okay.
Kind man.
Yeah, so Dave, you've lost track now. Oh yeah, this Motorhead. I mean, I've seen it for 40, 50 quid just for for 3 songs. And even the Motorhead, the live Motorhead single, the Motorhead from the live version of Motorhead. I mean, you're looking at 15, 20 quid for that in some places, just because it's Motorhead. And thing is, when people die, everything goes up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's the thing, isn't it? There always seems to be a bit of a death cult, around artists.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that that Record Store Day isn't absolutely inundated with Ozzy Osbourne stuff this year. I thought it probably would be. In the same way as there's so much Bowie.
Yeah.
Turns up on Record Store Day, and it's inferior stuff by and large, isn't it?
Especially because they can produce this stuff so fast. I mean, they have the recordings, they have their tapes, they have the files. I mean, it's just order it up from the printer, and get stuff pressed. I mean, it takes a matter of a couple of weeks. So yeah, I agree. They could have organized it for Record Store Day.
Yeah, I mean, Francis Rossi from Status Quo, he gave a record company a recording and they're bringing out an album for Record Store Day. I can see if he's got lots of old recordings of Quo, because there's not a lot of live albums of the early days of Quo. And if they're good quality, I would like them, because it's all right having all these albums after the four of them went their separate ways, but there's nothing in there. I mean, the one they haven't got is their gig at Milton Keynes, because they don't own it. Ridiculous. They don't own like that gig. But this one's that's coming out on Record Store Day. It's from the If You Can't Stand the Heat tour, which was 1979, 78, 79. So I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I'm going to actually buy it. I don't usually buy stuff, but I will buy that album because what's his name? Phil on Spinning Records has already reviewed it, and he said it's pretty good. Now, if Phil says it's okay, it's going to be okay. You listen to what Phil says, he won't fob you off. So if you're watching Phil, you say it's good, that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden albums, 50 quid. Jeez.
Yeah.
I see him here too.
Yeah.
With the Obi.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't pay more than for them original ones. I mean, I've got them all up to No Prayer of the Dying and on vinyl, and I never paid more than £5 for them when they come out.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it?
That's it. I mean, my Made in Japan, the EP, which is a Japanese import, I think I paid £10 for that. I dread to think what it would go for now at a record fair.
I think you'll find Ozzy Osbourne stuff, Records Day, will come out next year, because Ozfest is coming back next year.
All right.
Yeah, to line Sharon's pockets. But I saw a lovely quote about that. Once an Arden, always an Arden. That's what they put.
Ooh, ouch.
Well, I mean, her father was a bit ruthless, wasn't he? It was like they used to call him like the Godfather, didn't they? The mafia man. Simon says he's priced out of the hobby now.
This is becoming expensive, but you can compare it to video games. Now, you think of all the different platforms that there were for video games. You had Nintendo, you had PlayStation, and all these various other ones. I moderate for a guy on Twitch in Florida, and he plays retro video games. And he was telling us the other night, he went and he looked, he saw this game is for sale, and an original cartridge in its box. Originally, whenever it came out, it was $15 back in, I think it was 85, he said it was. What's the asking price today? $1,500.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. And he said, because it's in an original box, people will actually go crazy if you buy it and open the box, take the cartridge out and play the damn game. That's what that's what you buy the things for. You play it.
That reminds
There will be those who will do the same thing with a record. It's in pristine condition. It's never been opened and all the rest of it. If you take it out of the sleeve and put it on the record player, you immediately cut its value, in by whatever, 50, 70% or whatever. They're scalpers.
I remember watching a James May thing going to a toy fair or a model fair, and he went and brought some model railway engines in pristine boxes, quite old.
Yeah.
And in front of the person he brought it, he took it out the thing, got some bubble wrap, wrapped it up, put it in his bag, and threw the box away. And people were going absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. The box is worth more than the actual item inside.
I don't know. My brother has got, when it was going to Star Wars, he had a Millennium Falcon for Christmas. And he's still got it in its original box. And the box is worth more than the actual Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. Simon's correct. To collect a full discography would probably cost the earth of its vinyl. Oh God, yes.
Depends what it is, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Iain and I were discussing an artist that we're doing for a storyline, and he's got an awful lot of albums, hasn't he, Iain?
Yes, he has.
I would dread to think how much it would cost to collect his discography, because he has 96 live albums, one of which is a 28 CD box set of a residency in Chicago. I don't want to think how much it would cost just to collect the live stuff, never mind the studio albums.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know who you're talking about, but that seems crazy. I mean, King Gizzards do this all the time now, that they, release, double or treble albums of a recent gig, and there's absolutely loads of them.
Yes, but the most important thing, we've got a Bevis Frond album coming out soon, aren't we?
We have, yeah, April or May time, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It should be a good album. I've heard a couple of tracks off it.
Yeah,
on Bandcamp, they've because all their stuff's on there, so I'll always go and have a check, and they've released 2 tracks. I can't remember which 2, but what I've heard so far, I'm pretty happy with.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I wonder how many people realised how many LPs UK subs have released.
I was surprised. But I tend to sort of part ways with sort of bands quite early on. I think. Yeah. I think quite often, bands, they have their best days, don't they, at the start of their careers.
Right. They're talking to Gary Newman, Richard. He's playing in our town.
Is he?
Yes, he's playing the Road Mender.
Wow. Where's Nick tonight?
Well, it's not. No, it's not. I can't remember when it is. But we found out when Slady are playing as well.
Oh, yeah.
They're supporting T-Rex in a place called Crick.
Ooh.
All right.
So you've got a double glam night, a bit of Slade and T-Rex.
Yeah, I'm not big on tribute bands. Sorry.
Well, no, I mean, I've seen this T-Rex one, and he's really good. But then again, I've met a member of T-Rex, so I'm happy anyway.
Yeah.
Was that the gig that you went to? That was the T-Rex band. Was that T-Rex to see?
Yeah, I went to see T-Rex to see. Yeah, but that one in Kettering, that was a few while time. Oh, good evening, Mr. Walker.
Hello. UK subs I drop off. Dropped off after party in Paris and 19. All right.
Didn't know that. Well, there you go. Yeah, so April the 2nd. $50 plus was not too bad. Don't know how much they are for Roadmender. I haven't seen the prices yet.
Oh, who was announced? Oh, yes. Right. Here's a giggle for you. I was saying to Iain earlier, I was listening to Planet Rock, as I usually do in the car. And there was an announcement of a band are going to be playing a couple of intimate sessions while they're in the UK. And one of them's in Aberdeen and the other's in Belfast. And it's Alter Bridge. How big a venue is an intimate setting?
Yeah, that's a point. What would you say an intimate setting is, Mike?
75 to 150 people.
Yeah, I would say that as well.
Yeah,
The venue in Belfast is 2,000.
that's ridiculous.
Well, the way it was Wyatt on Planet Rock, and he said the way he compares it now, if a band says they're playing an intimate setting, if they're a stadium band, an intimate setting is going to be a couple of thousand. If it's your standard band, an intimate setting is going to be the local pub with a couple of hundred.
Yeah.
I could see where he was coming from, but it made me giggle. An intimate evening with Alter Bridge, 2,000.
Yeah.
Good evening, Tomek.
Yeah, it's not though, is it? I mean, I think it should be a venue where everyone can be near to the stage.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, like a certain pub that hosts the Soap Girls.
Yeah, the Black Prince. That's
intimate.
That's intimate. Yeah, that's more like it. Or even the Roadmender. I don't think that holds more than.
Got to be about 300 to 400 most.
Yeah, it's not the biggest place.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Foreigner Jefferson Starship touring the UK this year. Time to play. Spot the original member of either band.
Yeah.
See, I think
I'll be washing my hair that night.
Yeah.
Quite honestly. Foreigner are dreadful. They started off dreadful, and I'm sure they continue to be dreadful. Yeah, it's that sort of AOR rock that really does my head in. It really does.
Who's left in Jefferson Starship?
Well, yeah,
Jefferson Starship.
Yeah.
Original members would be none.
I can't see Grace getting up on stage, can you? She's what, 80 odd?
She refuses. It's been decades.
Yeah, she retired.
Yeah,
I mean, they shouldn't even go out under the name of Jefferson.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Any of these, these really ancient bands, they're not. It's not good value, is it?
I mean, when you take Yes, there's not an original member in Yes now.
Correct.
Oh. Yeah, and I mean, the other thing, of course, is these bands sort of evolve and musically anyway. So they end up being nothing like the original anyway. And
yeah,
they don't have any of the original members.
Of this new lineup of Yes, doing Close to the Edge, and it's just not the same. You need,
folks. I mean, there's absolutely loads of new music out there. So why waste your time on these geriatrics? This is a geriatric speaking. So
PSA.
Yeah.
Bring it, Mike.
Yeah, he said. I mean, who wants to go and see the Rolling Stones? I don't.
No.
I don't even want to go and see AC/DC, one of my favourite bands. I don't want to go and see a 70-something-year-old man in his shorts in a school uniform with grey hair. No. I don't want to see that. And I certainly don't want to see the Scorpions, because Klaus Meine looks like he's going to drop dead any minute. He stands there like a... and he can't sing. And I've heard Paul McCartney's going back out on the road. Why? He can't sing either.
Yeah, there's that film out, isn't there? McCartney film. Is it Man on the Run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should not bother with thing. Anyway.
Right, hang on. I've got a quote for you from Grace Slick. There you go. Bonk.
Right. She's absolutely right. I remember this quote.
She is
She's spot on.
She's absolutely. Yeah.
Steve,
make way for the youngsters.
Oh God, yes, Freeberg.
Yeah.
He's 87. He shouldn't be on stage.
I just don't get it. You know, it's. I mean, the worst one. I mean, I love Frankie Valli. I love the Four Seasons music, but well, he looks like a corpse, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, do you really want to sort of, remember your heroes like that?
So while we're waiting for Nick, might I propose that we round robin our shock and awe records rather than do a individual presentation of multiple?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Mix it up a bit. Yeah.
I think that's a fabulous idea.
Thank you.
Well done, that man.
You're welcome.
Right. Shall I do one?
Yes. But so can I tee this up for the audience, the American?
You can, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is about what defines, in your opinion, because this is completely subjective.
Mm-hmm.
What defines the wow factor of a song in the first 60 seconds for you? Not for the world, for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a personal thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no right or wrong.
Nope.
Right. So I've done mine. I've took it a little thing.
Yeah.
I've got 6 albums, and what I've done, I've got 3.
Before you go on, sorry, Dave.
Oh. Dave.
Your humor is appreciated here. Dave.
Right,
Okay,
sorry.
that's why she's done that to me.
Yeah. Sorry.
How I've done it, I've got 6 albums, and I've gone first 3 of the first tracks on an album. When you buy that album and you put it on, it's probably one of the first times you've ever heard these tracks. For me, this was like going back in my catalogue and starting to learn about other music from bands that I like.
Right.
So the first one was when I first bought this. Now, obviously, I didn't buy this in 1970, whenever it came, whatever year it was. Pink Floyd's Medal.
Oh,
Yes.
I can't see that. I think you got it on. Yeah.
Okay, is it on that?
Is that it?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is Medal, and the first track on here is one of these days. Now, when I first remember putting this on, I heard this, and then the next thing is that dun dun,
Right.
dun 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 dun, and I would have been about 16 when I first heard this. I mean, I'd got Dark Side of the Moon and Wish You Were Here, but I'd never got this one. And I remember listening to it the first time. So I took it off and put the headphones in. and put the headphones on and really cranked it up. And it just blew my head away. When he goes, one of these days I'm going to cut. It totally and utterly blew my way because I've always been used to the nice, gentle Pink Floyd, the floaty. One of these days is not floaty at all. It's hard hitting. Nick Mason's drums. I mean, I listened to this the other day just to go back, and I've never heard him hit the drum so hard on that track. Dave Gilmour's wonderful slide guitar is wonderful on here as well. And I remember seeing it live, in 1987, and it blew me away on the stage because to hear that on stage was just fantastic. That's why it's a wow, because to put that on first, and then when you turn, the others are okay, and then you turn it over and you get echoes. That was another wow factor for me. Echoes, hearing that for the first time. But for me, the opening track of Medal is just wow. I didn't expect that, even though I was having a discovery of Pink Floyd at that time. But that to me is a wow factor song.
It is. I mean, Echoes is my, one of my favorite tunes to sort of chill out to. I absolutely love Echoes. But there is one song on that album, and I think you know which one it is, that really ruins the mood of the whole album.
It's probably the one that Rocky doesn't like.
Yeah, he probably thinks he's being talked to, isn't he?
Dog barking, that track for me, that was the quintessential track of that record. I loved it too.
Yeah,
I agree.
And I don't get tired of listening to that track. It doesn't matter how many times I hear it. If I hear it on Planet Rock, up goes the volume because it's just wonderful. So that's my first one.
Okay.
Next.
Okay. So I've shown some of these. I've shown some of these in the past, and I'm going to suggest for me that it is the opening. It is the title track of "Gonna Take a Miracle," which is Laura Nyro and LaBelle. And so this was for me. This was instant girl. This was an instant girl group revival with modern power. So it's got a call and response architecture, and it's Nyro surrounded by Patti LaBelle, Nona Hendrix, and Sarah Dash. And this was not recorded over a long period of time, a very short period of time, because it was Laura's idea to record the album, and she was very close with the members of LaBelle. She cooked for them when they were on tour, but it is an amazing song. It's celebration rather than nostalgia, and it's Gonna Take a Miracle, and Laura Nyro and LaBelle is my first one. Has wow factor, and very different from any of her other recordings. It stands alone. She didn't do any doo-wop records, although she did include Gamble and Huff songs in some of her other records. But Gonna Take a Miracle is mine.
Yeah, I love that album.
It's a super album, and you're right that track. I think when artists do tracks that a bit of a curveball for them, it really, I didn't expect that. Because it works other ways when you've got a real heavy band and then all of a sudden you get this nice gentle acoustic thing. That was a bit left field. But I think that's a great example, because when you get Laura Nyro, you're expecting that nice harmonizing, that gentle, but that is just pow. And it proves that she's got a great vocal range as well, doesn't it, on that track?
Well, she did, yeah. The more I listen to her, the more surprised I am that I knew nothing of her until a few months ago, maybe a year ago, when you mentioned her, Michael. Yeah, I'm absolutely amazed. Yeah.
Yeah, quite a good. That was a good one. So,
Mike?
Mike,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I've taken a sort of slightly different sort of take on this, because I think that the way I looked at it is, it's not necessarily my sort of, my favorite bands, my favorite artists, my favorite tracks, but it's something that, things that really caught my attention, and you thought, wow, that is different. That's completely different. And the first one, I mean, back in 1977, I was listening to John Peel every night, and I was well into punk at that time. My prog records went away for a little while, and it was punk singles and everything. And then, something happened. And it was out on the wily, windy moors. We roll and tumble. Sorry, we roll and fall in green. Yeah. Yes, it's Kate Bush.
Wow.
Debut album, Wuthering Heights, and I remember sort of seeing her on telly, and she was just so different to anybody else. And she was doing this stuff, and it wasn't really, what she was doing didn't really sort of fit with sort of what was going on in music, at least in the UK at that time. The big genres were punk, and more so it was disco.
Right.
But she comes off, she writes this brilliant song, after watching a BBC adaptation of Wuthering Heights, and I just think this is wonderful. I hadn't listened to this album for quite a long time, so I gave it a spin a couple of days ago, and again this afternoon, and it's absolutely lovely album. So that's my first one, and it was Kate Bush, and you just think, wow, this is different, this is refreshing, this is somebody who's got real sort of artistic sort of quality. She's not following the crowd. She's doing her own stuff, and yeah, lovely stuff. So that's my first one.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing that on Top of the Pops, the very first time she went on Top of the Pops, and it just totally blew me away as well. I mean, that was on the Thursday. Saturday, I was in town with my mum and buying the single. I probably helped it get to number one.
I think we all did, and I mean, this is it, isn't it? It kind of captured the imagination, and it's a song that sort of crossed boundaries. So, very sort of very sort of safe, sort of like music sort of DJs, the Radio 2 crowd and everything. People like Terry Wogan, loved Kate Bush at the time.
Yeah, I mean, it was it was like Marmite, isn't it? Kate Bush, you either like her or you don't.
I think some people find the sort of her vocals a bit much to take, but I absolutely love her. I mean, she went on to do other stuff that was that I think was better than the debut album, but the debut really, you knew she was going to be a star. The moment you saw her, that was it. She was somebody that really really had something.
And also with that record, it's got a memorable guitar solo on it.
Yeah,
it's a stunning guitar solo, and I think she just revolutionized female singing in this country.
Yeah.
Even Carl's the first time.
I hope he doesn't.
So, do you want to go round again? Do you want to go? Shall we go round again?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's you again.
Right. My next one is another band I've altered it. If you put it on big, I should. Hopefully, Michael see me now. Can you see me now?
Yes.
Is that better?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Well, this next one, another band that I've always loved. Black Knight. I've got Machine Head, and then I was told go and buy In Rock. So I went to a record fair, and lo and behold, I picked up an original copy.
Yes.
Of In Rock. Now, I'd heard the opening track on a hits album that I've got, and I'd never heard the full opening of Speed King. And you don't get anything music. It's just a warm-up and noise and drums and Richie and John. And then it goes slow, and then you get the little keyboard bit, and then in comes the band. But hearing that first, well, everyone that's got this album knows what I'm talking about. That burst of music and power and rawness to open up the album. It's an incredible track, Speed King. I think it's one of the best on the album.
It's a good album. It's a good album. I mean, it's not really my sort of genre, but I make an exception for Deep Purple.
Yeah. It's one of the greatest rock albums ever made.
Yeah.
Okay, Child in Time, everyone likes that. I mean, it's a great track, but it's not my favourite on the album by a long shot. I just think the studio version, the album version of Speed King is just terrific. And it blows your socks off. And again, I heard this as an 18-year-old, and I was really into me Iron Maidens and that. And then I hear the Masters at work. I saw them in '85 for the first time, and then that gig at Nebworth, it may have been raining all day, but it blew my socks off to see the classic lineup of this wonderful band.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole album's just got them moments, hasn't it, on here? Into the Fire. The second, it starts off with just 3 great tracks. Isn't it? It's just blows your hat off. So that was my second wow factor song, Speed King, Deep Purple. Opens up the In Rock album.
My wow factor for my second is Monkey Man. Monkey Man. Okay? And why it is wow for me is that it begins with Nicky Hopkins playing just a few keys on the piano very quickly. I mean, it's a very, very quiet song, right? And so what I love about the song, and it just shows what sharp musicians they were, is that there's so much restraint in the song because it just slowly builds with bass and drums and guitar. And the lyrics are just superb. And I think that it's a tension that's built before the vocal arrives. And they just the Stones demonstrate drama through pacing rather than volume. And that's why it's a wow factor song for me. I never go tired of it, ever. Any version of it. When I see them live, absolutely adore it. That's mine. Monkey Man.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got Bill Wyman and Charlie Watts, the rhythm section of the Rolling Stones on that track, you couldn't get a fact paper between them. They're that tight on that track. It's a masterpiece piece of work on that album. Oh, that's good news. Yeah, it's one of my favourite tracks off that album as well. It's just, I never saw them do it live, but I've seen them on DVD and on the IMAX.
Yeah. I mean that's the period of the Rolling Stones that I can relate to the most.
Yeah.
You know, probably because I was hearing, that's what I was hearing first. You know, and then you go back to their, you know, their R&B sort of 60s stuff, but you know that's sort of just a little bit later, isn't it? And it's good album, good pick.
Yeah, very good pick. You know, I think I saw that when they was at their peak, when it them you know, Beggars Banquet and you know, Goat Soup, and they were this when they were at their best. But Monkey, that is brilliant track. Yeah. I like these little signs. So it's back to you then, Mike. Oh.
Yeah.
No different.
It's me. Yeah. Now, this is something a bit different, and the wow in here is the sheer sort of virtuosity of the guitar playing, and she's from Wales. She plays acoustic guitar in the sort of like, you know, the primitive American primitive style, you know. So if you think people like obviously John Fye, that kind of style, and she is absolutely brilliant. And I find that I get the most out of her music is when I can see her playing, because it's just mesmerizing watching her fingers on the guitar. And it's this lady, Gwyneth Raymond.
Oh,
yeah.
You've shown her once before.
The album is called Strange Lights Over Garth Mountain, which is about it's a Welsh mountain that has sort of UFO sightings. You know, and UFO sort of fans sort of like congregate there apparently. But this, you know, I mean the cover of the album, it's very sort of gothy, isn't it? Very Southern Gothic. And the cover is taken from it's a still from the video of the first tune that I heard of hers, and it's called Hell for Certain. And I mean, she writes all her own stuff. I mean, she's written all this stuff. So Hell for Certain, that's the second track on side one, and you just watch her playing guitar. It's so intricate. It's absolutely marvelous. And you know, as I say, I was completely sort of captivated, mesmerized by her wonderful guitar playing. And yeah, I mean, watch the video for this Hell for Certain. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's very sort of dark and sort of gothy. It's got sort of it's got that sort of New Orleans sort of black magic, sort of voodoo sort of feel to it. And yeah, it's wonderful. So yeah, this is a fantastic album, and I would recommend it to absolutely anyone.
Yeah, I don't know what track I heard of hers, but you know when you watch something on YouTube, I was watching some Good and Gill Trap one night, and then when I went back on in the morning, you know, it always, because you've been listening to something, it'll suggest something.
Yeah.
And this woman came up, and there was just a clip of her guitar, so I thought, oh, we'll give this a look. And you're right, I have never seen a woman play a guitar.
Yeah.
She's she's underrated, isn't she? She's just,
yeah, absolutely. And I don't know for sure, but I think it's probably a fair bet that she is, because this is the latest album, and the artwork on this album. This is called Last Night I Heard the Dog Star Bark, and the artwork on this album is by Casey Raymond. You know, and Casey Raymond does the artwork for Lovely Eggs.
Yes.
And I'm kind of guessing that they're probably related.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I couldn't actually find anything that actually sort of definitively sort of linked them together. But yeah, you know, you have to listen to Gwyneth Raymond's guitar playing.
later in the year, we'll do her for a Ladies' Day album ranking, and then we can get a lot of people.
Yeah. I think she's got about 4 albums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that'll be a good one to add, Dave, to the Ladies' Day.
Brilliant stuff.
I think, and if you've recommended a Mike, it must be good.
Well, you never know.
No. So I think, should we just keep going?
Yes.
Okay. The last of my side one wow factors. This is.
Yeah.
Now this is a band that I've grown up on. All their early stuff with a certain Ozzy Osbourne and a Ronnie James Dio, and they all left. And back in the 80s, Black Sabbath were near enough, well, not doing much. And then Tony Iommi made an album, and he wanted it as a solo album, but the management insisted it was a Black Sabbath. Now, I didn't buy this when it came out because I wasn't bothered, but I picked it up for a couple of quid in the bargain bucket.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And it's Black Sabbath featuring Tony Iommi and Seventh Star. Now, the singer on here is Glenn Hughes, which sort of made me thought, well, if Glenn Hughes is singing on it, it ain't going to be too bad.
Yeah.
And the first track on this is called In for the Kill. And
I know that. I actually know that song, surprisingly.
It's absolutely brilliant. I mean, Glenn Hughes at the time when he recorded this was having issues with substances. But he gives it 150% on this. It just starts off with a drum bit, and Tony's riffs, the riff master is just at it. And when Glenn starts singing, it totally blew me away. It's okay, it's a bit 80s production but the power in this, and Tony's guitar solo is just magic. I mean, the rest of the album's not too bad, but that opening track, In for the Kill, is just dynamite. Go and put it in YouTube tomorrow, folks. In for the Kill, Black Sabbath. So how do you know about this song then, Mike?
I don't know. I just do. It's a song I know. Maybe it's because you've shown that album before.
I probably have.
And I've gone to listen to it, but I know it, and I agree with you. It's
meaty, isn't it?
It's really good.
It just shows off, Tony's great guitar playing, but Glenn Hughes, I mean, I think he's one of the finest rocks. He can sing rock, he can sing soul, he can sing anything. I think he's a fabulous singer in his day. But yeah, In for the Kill on the Seventh Star album. And that wasn't a bad £2 to spend, was it really?
No.
It's a bit battered now, but...
as long as the vinyl's fine, that's all
it plays well. I love playing that album. Okay, the whole album is sort of that arena rock sound from the 80s, but the production on it is so good, it doesn't matter. It's got some great ballads, and Glenn Hughes is just on fire on that album. So, yes, that's so my next ones are all going to be side 2.
Well, okay. So, my next one is a one-of-a-kind masterpiece, and that is Little Girl Blue. Okay, and there is no song recorded by Janis Joplin that has this kind of restraint, right? It achieves something unexpected through complete restraint. It's controlled phrasing. It doesn't have her rasp. Okay, there's no screaming on this record. It is power that is deliberately withheld. And it creates a tension by holding back what her fans expected of her. Right? They expected screaming. There was no screaming in this recording. And if you look at a live performance of her on the Tom Jones show, she's almost shaking because she's holding so much back and there's so much emotion in her voice. So it's sparse piano with orchestral support, and that's Little Girl Blue, Janis Joplin, and that is my.
Is that the name of the album, Michael?
It is. I got them. I got them Old Cosmic Blues again. It's her.
Right.
It's her last record.
Okay.
Actually, Pearl's her last record. This was her last recorded record while she was alive, because
Right.
Pearl was posthumously produced.
I'll give it a listen.
Little Girl Blue.
Another great pick there, Michael. You know, it's a. She was just an amazing singer, and she'd got all the. And that one actually shows that she, as you said, she didn't just yell.
Not at all.
And just about what have happened if she'd have lived and what she would have recorded as she got older. Would we have got more of that sort of sound? I think we would have done. She would have gone around from the raspy vocals as she gets older to this lovely, soothing voice that I think she had. That was just hiding in there, wasn't it? Excellent choice. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Mr. Producer's worked out how to do it.
I was just up then, yeah. Right, next one. Yeah. Everyone knows this, you know. I can't seem to face up to the facts. I'm tense and nervous, so I can't relax. I can't sleep because my head's on fire.
Yeah.
Don't ask me, I'm a real life wire. Now, yeah. Talking Heads, 77, Psycho Killer. But the version of it that, you know, for me, sort of like every time I see it, I think this is great. And it's the start of the film, isn't it? Stop Making Sense. When you start off with David Byrne on an empty stage set, and the whole thing sort of builds up. You know, Psycho Killer, I think, is, you know, an absolute masterpiece. It really is.
Yep.
It's there on side 2 somewhere, right near the end. Yep, there you go. Second to last track on side 2. And Talking Heads 77. That was my introduction to Talking Heads. It was probably about 78, 79 when I really got into them, and it was. A friend of mine at university was really into Talking Heads, and and I went out and went into Leeds, and I bought this album and a few others, and Psycho Killer. You know,
I think one of my favourite performances of Psycho Killer is on the Old Grey Whistle Test.
He had a spastic delivery. You know what I mean? Almost like a birth defect when he performed. I mean, it was just that was part of the act, right?
Yeah. But what I remember that performance is Tina on the bass. She's absolutely going. Oh, I've never seen. She was like the bass player version of Wilco Johnson.
I was just thinking, Wilco, Wilco Johnson went again on Whistle Test, and he's there and he's stepping backwards and forwards, isn't he?
Yeah, Tina's doing the same sort of thing on the bass, but she's got it at an angle, and she's bouncing. She's literally bouncing and playing. What are you doing? But she didn't drop a note. It's one of the most memorable songs from the Old Grey Whistle Test. Yeah, it's up there, isn't it? It's got to be top 10 performances.
Yeah. So that's that one then.
Okay, good. Mr. Producer has got this to a T now, hasn't he?
Yes.
So we're going to move on to for my next ones. They're all from the side 2, the first track on side 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've mentioned the band already tonight, Iron Maiden, and some of their. Now, when I went and brought this album, which is the Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, it was another album of I got just add our friend from Corby onto the mix. I can't add him on. Why won't he go on? Oh, there he is.
Because I kept adding him.
Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. Now, the first side's got some okay, and it's got synth guitars. And I was going, what's going on here? We've really gone synthy pop. So I played this first side, and I thought, okay, I wonder what we're going to get on side 2. We get the title track. When the title tracks of Iron Maiden are always something epic. And this is epic. It's operatic. Dun, 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 dun. And the synth keys sound great. Nico's drumming on this is great, which proves what he would have been great in a prog band. It's got that sort of tempo, and it's epic all the way through. And then when I saw them do this live, it's brilliant. And this was the track that really thought, is this going to be a good album? And now I love this album. But at the time, having synth guitars on an Iron Maiden didn't sound right. It was just not right. But hearing the title track, Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, the lyrics are fantastic. Steve Harris wrote some great stuff in the day. And that is my next choice, a Seventh Son of the Seventh Son opening track of side 2.
Do you want to pause until until Nick comes back?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, talk amongst yourself, because I'm going to do a Godfrey.
Okay, off you go then. Needs must.
Don't go now. This is war.
There he is. Hello, Nick.
Right.
Hello.
Hello,
Come
mate.
on. There you go,
Anyway,
front and centre.
anyway.
No,
we've
I'll
got to
talk about it. I'll talk about it later.
Okay.
That's all right. We'll put
Okay,
you front and
yeah.
centre to take it away.
I know.
from the
I know what you're going to mention.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Michael, are you going next?
Yeah, I'll go next.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
There we go.
So Marvin Gaye wrote a song, and it was a Motown song. It was called "Can I Get a Witness?" And it's a sweet song. It's been covered by a lot of people. They all kind of like match the way Marvin Gaye did the song. Okay. But Lee Michaels did it with organ and drums. That was how he got started, like the White Stripes, right? 2 instruments, or piano and drums. And it was him and a fellow named Frosty. So it is Hammond organ. And what he did with the song in the first 60 seconds is that he screams as high as a mezzo soprano. And it is he uses drums that push forward, and it's rolling fills and cymbal crashes. And it's funny because I kind of break from being ad lib, and I have some notes, and the notes sound kind of like scholarly, but it's the only way to organize how to describe what happens in the song and why I think it's so unique and why it's so awesome. So it's an enormous sound from minimal elements. It's drums and organ, and it's like within seconds it just becomes high pressure blues rock. That's probably the best way for me to describe how he performs a song. Very different than the way Marvin Gaye did it. So he transformed the song, and for me, it is wow. All these songs that we're all presenting tonight, we'd all have to say that every time we hear these songs, we love them, right? They remind us of how much goosebumps they gave us when we first heard these songs. And so for me, it's "Can I Get a Witness" by Lee Michaels.
Bear with me. I'm looking for something. Right. He's still not back.
Oh.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Okay. Right, now I've talked about this guy before fairly recently, and it's an album that only came out last year, and I know there's at least one person in the gallery that also loves this person, and I'm talking to you, Richard Taphouse. I know you've gone and bought the album, and this was a bit of VCLT that I got unexpectedly. Had no idea who this guy was. Got it from Fred, who's down in Melbourne, and it's this guy, Keanu Nelson.
Yeah, First
Nations sort of Australian from Northern Territories, and I've talked about him before. He's he's on the spectrum, and he's painfully shy. That so much so that if he sees people that he knows in the streets, if he sees you first, he'll turn round and walk in the opposite direction, just to try and avoid, having that sort of interaction. But he can, but he can sing his songs. He can perform, in front of an audience. But I think Fred went to see him and said that you can see the guy's completely detached from his surroundings. He's just totally focused on doing what he does, and his voice is absolutely wonderful. It is so different from anything else, and he accompanies himself on probably the cheapest Casio tone keyboard that you can imagine, and the whole thing really works, and it's just magical, absolutely magical stuff. I mean, so many tracks on here, many of which I won't try and pronounce, but there's a track called Lonely Man on here, which is really, really excellent. But if you get a chance to listen to Keanu Nelson.
Yeah, I've never heard any of his stuff, Mike. So
yeah, absolutely wonderful stuff. But but the wow factor here is it's just different again. It's somebody doing their own thing, and you kind of get the impression that it wouldn't matter to him if he didn't make any connection with anybody else, because he's he's doing it for himself. He's writing his songs, and that's his thing. And it just so happens that stuff is absolutely wonderful. So there you go, Keanu Nelson.
Anyway, Nick, have you got anything to show? Because you can show something now. I'm quite happy for you to.
Yeah, but because I've been working late, I'm sort of totally unprepared, so I haven't got what I wanted to show. But I've got other stuff by the same people. You'll get what I mean as I go along.
Okay.
It's basically stuff I've pulled out to do other threads and stuff I've been generally wanting to listen to.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily this particular album. It's the band. Back in the day in the 70s, when I was a young, very impressionable lad, I'd hear them on the radio and occasionally see Slade on the television, Top of the Pops or whatever. And to see this sort of group of, blokes sort of commanding a stage and having women sort of throwing themselves at their feet.
Even Dave Hill.
You wanted some of that.
Well, no, perhaps nowadays, yes. Not back then. I was only young, but to hear Noddy Holder
Yeah.
But that booming, sort of growling sort of voice, something to behold, and the stage presence when they're on the telly and that, with the outfits and whatever, and the music, and they commanded the stage. They commanded the audience, especially in this concert.
Yeah.
Reading is a great concert.
That it is a wow, a big wow for me when I was a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
And I absolutely adored and loved Slade back then. More so than the other glam people. And this also brings me on to live music in general. I've never seen Slade live, only on YouTube, the likes of YouTube and things like that, and I never will see them live, which is such a pity. But when I went to my first sort of proper concert back in 1985 at Donington International Scooter Rally, I saw the main headliners were Bad Manners, and to see your musical heroes live in action, and you talk about people with a stage presence. The lead singer, Buster Bloodvessel, bounding and bouncing all over the stage. Big booming voice. The crowd all jumping up and down and jigging up and down and clapping their hands and singing along. It was totally amazing. Before then, the only live music I'd ever really sort of experienced in person is when my parents went to the local sort of, I don't know, working men's club, and they'd have a band on there on a Friday or a Saturday night doing cover versions.
Yep.
And of course, you get your dads are up there doing the usual dad dancing, and embarrassing themselves. And that was the only sort of musical live experience that I'd ever seen or heard. That and Top of the Pops, but to be there in person, part of the crowd, and seeing your heroes, X amount of yards in front of you. I mean, I saw Desmond Dekker live, the great Desmond Dekker, right down the front, and there he was, trademark army greens, beret, doing the Israelites, Itmek, 007 Shantytown. Wow.
I know.
That was fucking fantastic. That really was. Madness. Down the front, only yards away from Suggs. And Lee Thompson on saxophone. Totally blew me away. And even the small intimate venues, when you're seeing bands and musicians you love, it really boggles my mind, and that is a wow factor. I don't think you can beat being there.
Yeah, I agree with
and
you.
seeing your heroes live.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right, Nick. It's like the first time I saw
this is one of the greatest live albums. I mean, I don't claim to have heard every single live album there is.
Right.
But out of the ones I've heard, this could be the very best.
Wow. That's an endorsement.
Yes.
And I'm no expert. I'm really not. So yeah, Slade, when I first heard them and saw them on TV and radio, and live music and bands. that represents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember the first, like you say, your first band you go to ever see, a big band. Mine was Status Quo at Leicester de Montfort on the End of the Road tour. And you get the lights go out and you get Rick. It's the first time you see Rick Parfitt, in the shadows. You just got that burst, and then when he started playing Caroline, that was it. I was, to see a band that you've been following all your life. It's a feeling that you'd never get again, is it? That first time.
No, well, the biggest band I've ever seen live was Guns N' Roses at the Milton Keynes Bowl.
Right.
And that totally blew my mind. The crowd surging and, fucking brilliant. Mind you, I spent most of the day eyeing up all the rock chicks in the tight trousers and, very wanting to fall out. It was. You can't beat it. You cannot. No. I don't think you can beat live music. Studio albums are brilliant, but to see your heroes there in person.
Yeah.
Wow.
I agree with you. Mate. And also, I think that live albums rarely sort of capture that sort of spirit of a proper sort of live gig, do they?
Yeah, but that's Slade out. That Slade album
is good.
Live at Reading.
Yeah,
I can sit there, Mike.
Yeah.
Put the headphones on, close my eyes, and I can imagine myself being there.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not.
There can't be that many.
Yeah.
There can't be that many live albums that can give you that feeling.
Yeah. But I was lucky enough to see David Bowie at the Dome in Brighton, and it was on his Ziggy Stardust tour. Shortly before he went off to America and said, "That's it, I'm jacking it all in." And that was a gig and a half.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when it comes to actually sort of the whole performance and everything, I don't think it was that great. And I mean, the Dome was full of sort of screaming girls, and it was, but it was just the atmosphere of the whole thing, and it was just you just get carried away, don't you?
Mm.
You get carried away in that emotion and flow.
Yeah.
I mean, I always envy Michael of seeing the classic lineup of Genesis.
Yeah, I never did that.
No, I mean, I saw this pop band. I mean, I'm glad I've seen them, but and the second time round was better because they played more of their older stuff. But to have gone and seen them when you did, Michael, would have been that'd have blown my mind away. I mean, I've seen Peter Gabriel on his own, but it's just not the same, is it?
Yeah. Do you know what? I mean, this might be blasphemous, but I don't think Peter Gabriel's that good as a solo artist. Quite honestly, it doesn't really captivate me. It doesn't really engage me. It's technically it's good, but there's something about it, and it just doesn't. I just can't. I can't really get into Peter Gabriel as a solo artist. I don't know why it is, but yeah, I've seen Genesis once, and it was just a little bit too late. It was at the first time they played Nebworth. So this was what, Wyndham Wuthering.
And then there was 3 when that came out.
Yeah. So, I remember sort of Chester's on the drums, and obviously Phil was up front, but I would have loved to have seen Genesis in about 1972, that sort of time. I would have loved it, but sadly, I never did.
No, that's it. Anyway, I've got another album to show you, and this is someone that I've seen live many a time. Now, I'm a big fan of Gary Moore, and first time I saw Gary Moore was 85. And on the previous album he brought out was Victim of the Future. Now, the first track, Victim in the Future, is a great opening track. But the opening track on side 2 starts off with like a guitar solo from one of his wonderful songs, and it goes really heavy, and then it goes into a track called Murder in the Skies, and the riff on that just lights up your room. It really does. And to see him do this live, it's even better. You know, I was standing when I saw the first time. I was literally right at the front at Leicester, looking up his nostrils, seeing all this scraggy face and the expressions. And he tore into Murders in the Skies at the beginning. Now, this had an impact on my younger brother, who's a guitar player. One of the first things he learned was to play that beginning bit of Murder in the Skies. You know, and he plays it. When he plays it on he's got a Gibson SG now, and when he puts it in, it's just the same sort of sound. So Gary Moore's Victims of the Future, Murders in the Sky opens up side 2, absolutely electric track. Just a great guitarist.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are into Gary Moore.
Well, what I find interesting, and it really is, it is a pattern, is that we all kind of pick our own country people as our wow factor artists. Is kind of unavoidable because many of them struck us when we were very young, right? Deep Purple, David Bowie, Slade. It's just kind of, you know, that's the pattern, right? And it's I think it's true for everybody. I don't think it's just narrowed down to age.
Yeah, I mean, I was 19 years old when I first saw Gary Moore.
I have picked an American lady.
Yeah, well, I've done Talking Heads. I've done Keanu Nelson. Definitely not British, but there you go.
Oh, it's an observation.
Yeah. But yeah, I get what you mean, though, Michael. Yeah, you know, because it's your formative years, isn't it, musically?
Right. And you know, in my formative years, it was 10-piece brass bands, right? That was a big thing in New York, but they couldn't sustain that because going on tour, it was just too expensive. So you had bands like Chicago, Tower Power, 10-Wheel Drive, who else? Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I mean, this was 12 people in a band, right? Drums, bass, guitar, and literally 10 different brass instruments. Was something that happened. I think it was Mercury Records was really big on this. Columbia was really big on this, right? And so I have mentioned this woman a number of times on this live stream, and it is because she has so much power as a vocalist, and the critics absolutely loved her, loved them, but it never really went anywhere because they couldn't sustain it, so they went away, right? So for me, that brass sound was really was an awestruck experience for me. And in each of their records, there is one song that is so definitive, and I can't get looking for the other one. I can't recommend them highly enough. And that is this woman, this band, and there's only 3 records, and that's 10-Wheel Drive. And there's probably no woman more powerful as a singer than Genya Ravon. And I know, you know, I come up here and I present it all the time. One day you'll go, Michael, I
Yeah.
can't believe it. You're right.
Yeah. We'll have another Laura Nero moment.
Why would I so resistant to your suggestion? But it's her. Genya Ravan. These three. And the song is Tightrope. The song is originally recorded by Lorraine Ellison, which is Stay With Me, also recorded by Terry Reid. But nobody, when you couple a woman with a powerhouse voice like this against a 10-piece brass band and it's jazz rock fusion, nothing beats it. Long forgotten. $1 records in a bargain bin. And this is called Love Me. And so I'm doing 3 at a time. And if you ever get a chance, Iain Hunter, has he ever done a duet with a woman? Huh? What? Iain Hunter? He did. It's called Junkman, a call and response song that will melt your heart. Junkman. And it's poetry. They're having a conversation.
Oh
dear.
Oh dear, poor.
Yeah.
The airwaves between here and
He was mid-flow as well. Mid-flow, he was
well
really in his stride there.
Cut off in his prime.
Much like he did.
Oh, there you are.
With Liza Strike. Liza Strike, a British backup vocalist, went on to record, had a dismal career. But if you hear the interplay between John Baldry and Liza Strike on a country song called She, originally recorded by Graham Parsons, you'll die like I die.
We lost you.
I know. I came back and I finished it brilliantly.
You did.
Didn't lose a thing.
No, absolutely.
I had a lot of records to show, so I kind of bundled them this time because
yeah, why not?
Right.
Okay. Right now, I've not got a record to show because this band is pretty new, and they're from Quebec in Canada. They're a French-Canadian duo, and they're absolutely marvelous. And I just, if I may, I've just posted a link in the private chat if you want to bring up a picture of them.
Oh, who is this? Is this really them performing? Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Do you want to? Can you get it on screen?
Yeah. Give me just a moment.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that.
Wow, that's a look and a half. You wait till we see this, folks.
There you go.
Right. So this duo, I only discovered them about 3 or 4 weeks ago. They've had, I think they produced a very, very limited number of their sort of album, as a physical release. But there's not anything at the moment that you can get your hands on. And we were talking about them in a live stream the other day, and this is their performance recent performance for KXP. So you've got about 30 minutes of their music, and they called you can see they're called angine de poitrine, which is actually a medical complaint. It's chest pains.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that for starters sort of like I think sets them apart. And so they've got their sort of their homemade costumes there, and the lady, I mean, they're anonymous people, they don't like to say who they are, they're just this weird sort of duo. So the guitar, it's a guitar with a bass underneath.
Yeah,
And you can see, you probably can't see here, but her hands and her feet are actually painted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's actually painted the sort of polka dots on there.
So they're not like polka dot socks. They're actually her feet.
Yeah, it's her feet and her hands as well are painted.
No.
And they're absolutely brilliant. They're sort of a bit psyche, a bit proggy, and her guitar. She plays a microtonal guitar.
What's a microtonal?
So, you know, you've got the extra frets in there.
Oh.
You know, so you get this sort of almost sort of like a kind of off-key sort of sound to the music, but they're absolutely marvelous. The thing that really galled me is that I thought I need to go and see them. So I noticed that they were playing at in a couple of months. They're playing at the Brudenell Social Club in Leeds, but unfortunately, I discovered them too late and they're sold out already. So I won't be going to see them. But have a look at their KEXP.
Okay.
Well, I think I will. That's fantastic.
They're absolutely bloody marvelous. And
what do you mean by microtonal? It's got two arms, right?
Oh, right. Hang on.
Yeah. What do you mean by microtonal?
So, I mean, the other band that sort of uses microtonal guitars, as King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yes.
So, what you get, instead of having the sort of frets sort of spaced in the sort of normal way on the guitar, they're in different places. And sometimes you get it, and also in sort of quite sort of old instruments, you get that the frets are movable. So they're kind of like a band that sort of goes around the sort of neck of the instrument, and so you can adjust it up and down.
Right. I forget what that's called. I remember that from early guitar. Yeah.
And so, you know, you get how to describe it really. It's kind of like the music. It's kind of like it's in between the notes, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than the normal scale, you know, you've got this kind of in between stuff, and it just sounds absolutely wonderful. And you watch her play, and you know, you could see that there's loads and loads of pedals down there at her feet. So, you know, she's working really hard, you know, the whole time, you know, sort of, you know, getting these loops in, and you know, so she'll get a bass line in, and then that will be repeated, and then, you know, she'll be playing the guitar, and things are just, you know, it's just difficult to describe, you know, what they are like. But it's not, you know, it's not like anything I've heard before. And, you know, rather than sort of like, you know, the wow factor initially, you kind of see these guys, and I suppose being French, you go, quoi? You know,
much better way to hold our argument.
WTF, you know, but you kind of get past the weirdness, and underneath all that weirdness, there are two absolutely brilliant musicians, and I can't wait for them to sort of get a, you know, proper physical release of some of their music. So
yeah, there's another band.
Yeah,
I don't know where they're from, but they're called Popplemoose, and they're very minimalistic, and it's a different sound. They do a lot of covers, but it's played on kiddies' music instruments, but played well. You know, but yeah, I'm gonna go and check them out.
Yeah. As I say, it's about half an hour of them on KEXP doing a live show, probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Oh, that's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah.
How did you come across them, Mike?
French, the French guys, you know.
Fred.
Yeah. Fred in particular was talking about them. I think it came up in the chat in our live stream, you know, in Ronald's live stream, and I hadn't heard them, and No, I have, and I'm glad that I have. So that's it. That's my last one, actually. That's the last one I have.
Is that?
Does I have any releases?
There's one.
Yeah, I think
one
they had
unlimited.
a very, very limited vinyl or CD release, but it's all online. But I expect, because of their sort of that they become very kind of quite famous quite quickly.
Mhm.
And so I would imagine there's going to be a physical release of their stuff sometime soon. I hope.
Mhm. And that's the link to the band that Iain mentioned.
Pomplamoose.
Yeah, the anonymous thing was, I think, started by the Residents.
Yeah.
And I don't know of any other artists who've done this besides the pair that you just presented today.
Yeah. Do you know Frank Sidebottom?
No.
Yeah. Frank was from Manchester, and he was one of these people. He's very, very strange, and it's a big sort of papier-mâché head that he wears.
Yeah,
and he talks in quite a sort of high-pitched sort of voice. Yeah, and so he would be around with the likes of Joy Division. He was very, very much part of that kind of Manchester scene of the sort of like the late.
He actually made the
70s,
single.
early 80s.
He actually made the single, didn't he? He did a cover version of Frankie Goes to Hollywood's "The Power of Love."
Yeah, there's quite a few of his areas. There's Frank.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, I've seen that before. That's marvelous.
Yeah.
Papier-mâché head. He's actually, that's his name there.
We Americans learned it as paper mache. You might find it easier. Papier.
Yeah.
All right, where's Mr. Producer going next?
In sequence order. Boom, there. We're around to Dick.
You're going to have to use your imagination for this.
Okay.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Music Max.
Lovely.
There's the reverse.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I've got that album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's already been mentioned tonight. Kate Bush, Hounds of Blood.
Hounds of Love.
Yeah. Lovely album.
I first came across it by a late night TV when they played the video to Cloud Busting, and it's not like a sort of a short music video. It's almost like a film, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
And I saw that and heard the song, and I thought, wow, that is fucking brilliant. That is, she's more than just a. It's more than just a musical performance. It's a visual performance as well with Kate Bush.
Yeah.
But that video, and indeed I heard the song running up that hill, totally blew me away. And that hearing them, especially Cloud Busting, made me go out and buy the album, which I did. And I played it, and I played it, and I played it. Even the B-side, the Ninth Wave, is it, or some? I enjoyed, but most of all, Cloud Busting.
Yeah.
The video to it. and running up that hill, it's such a moody, dark sort of piece.
Yeah.
And it's her and somebody else dancing, aren't they? Sort of ballerina type sort of.
Oh yeah,
pair of- absolutely superb.
Yeah.
And watching and hearing, like I say, the video, it's cloud busting.
Yeah. I like that video as well, because she's at the top of the hill, isn't she? And she's got
Yeah,
that
the Donald
weird
Sutherland.
machine with
Yeah.
her. Yeah.
So that's my next choice.
Yeah. But
I still love the album, and I meant to pull it out this weekend, just gone and play it again.
Yeah.
There you
But,
go. Ian's got it.
Yeah, I mean, Cloud Busting was sampled by Utah Saints, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
something good.
I used to have the 12-inch of that.
Yeah,
there she's on the back.
yeah.
Fine,
Excellent
fine.
album.
Excellent one. So I take it you put it on me because I'm going next.
Well, yeah, but before you do that,
Yes.
I have. Oh, come on. This is being slow tonight. Here we go. That's the image that I think Nick is talking about.
Yeah.
Her
Yeah.
up in the hill with that machine. But there you go. Right. Back to His Lordship.
Okay, one of my favourite bands, as you all know, are 10cc. And,
I thought it was Status Quo.
well, these are one of my favourite bands. And I've, as you know, I went to see them for the first time, but the album I'm going to talk about is the original soundtrack. Apart from having one of the best ballads ever, I'm Not in Love, we've got a track on here that opens side 2. And it is the second sitting for the Last Supper. Now, it starts off with that normal sort of ta-ti-ta-ti-ta avant-garde, and then all of a sudden you get brilliant. When I went to see them, although it's not the original band, what did they open with? The second sitting of the Last Supper, which made my night. I mean, this has got so many great songs on it anyway. I mean, you've got Un Nid à Paris, the opening, and that's another wow little mini opera, isn't it? You've got I'm Not in Love, probably one of the great, as I said, one of the greatest love songs ever written in my books. It's just a wonderful song. Then you got a song about minestrone soup. But for me, the second sitting of the Last Supper is the wow factor on this album. Opening track on side 2 to the original.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't go wrong with 10cc.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm Not in Love was probably their biggest hit, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a genius, and just seen it live, and it's just one of them magical moments at a concert. But to hear that, but I didn't know what they were going to open with, but when they opened up with this, it just blew my mind away again. And that was only couple of years ago now, last year or whenever. But I was a man in his 50s getting excited, late 50s getting excited about hearing a track being played live. It was like being back in my 20s when you're going to see all these bands for the first time. I was that excited. I was excited. I've never been so excited about going to see a concert, even though it wasn't the classic lineup. I was going to go and see 10cc, and that was all that mattered. So that's my last one for tonight. A bit of 10cc.
All right.
Good.
Michael, did you finish or have you more?
I think I finished.
Okay.
I've got one of them on the screen. I'm going to show because Nick's already mentioned tonight.
Yes.
But I have to show this. I mean, Nick will know which single this is. Let's get it right.
Oh, and what track is that?
Boom, boom. Whoa, we'll bring the house down. Another song that just blows your hat off.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is the original single. That's how I brought it. No fancy cover. One plain right rapper. And on the B side, we've got Hold On to Your Hats, which is another cracking song. You always got two cracking songs on a sleigh single in my books.
Yeah.
And this is one of them. What else have I got? I pulled out of the single box. Hazel O'Connor's D-Days. I love this.
Yeah, I love that.
Wow. First time I saw this on Top of the Pops. It's off the brilliant Sons and Lovers album. Fantastic. And one more single to show from ELO, the 105.38 Overture. That opening riff, first time I ever heard that was back in the day on Top of the Pops.
Yeah. It's very proggy, isn't it, for a single?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And all the boom, 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 you know, just brilliant, brilliant, brilliant song. Again, this is as old as the hat. This, I think it's seen its age. And even the first movement, the Jumping Biz, I love that as well.
Yeah.
Super song. So there we go.
Yeah. Anyway, I think sort of I'll let Nick sort of, I don't want to spoil your sort of take your thunder, Nick, but I mean there was one of the great events of the year so far in the vinyl community took place earlier on this week, and it's there's now going to be a VC transatlantic heavyweight contest going on, and I'll say no more. I'll let Nick explain to you what this is all about.
I'll do it in the after show.
Okay.
Do you know what? Do you know what advertisers?
Say that again.
Don't you want to advertise all of this? Yeah, I think this is worth celebrating, mate.
It's for those who don't know.
Yes.
It's the Vinyl Voyage VC quiz.
Caught wind of it.
16 contestants this year. Is it the same as was last year? 16,
Yeah, 16,
well.
16 of us last year, yeah.
Yeah. It all kicks off in May. The first round draw was made during the week. I was letter D for dunce. My name came out of the hat, and I was drawn against a certain Mr. Maslow.
Yes.
I am so looking forward to. I've heard
Nick actually,
but it's going to be televised live on Sky,
yeah,
pay-per-view from the Billing Astrodrome.
yeah. The thing was, Nick actually sent me a text, and he said, "Don't just watch it." So I watched it, and I went, "Oh,
Yeah." But so what? Tell the people what Headley said.
Yes.
No pressure, mate.
Last year had a loose cannon, and apparently I'm this year's loose cannon, but I'm his tip for the top.
oh, Headley has spoke."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the tie of the round. It really is.
I think it is as well.
I think it could go any way. It could be completely one-sided, one way or the other, or it could go all the way to the tie break. But I reckon whoever comes out of that will be a hot favourite to go all the way.
And apparently, when my back's against the wall, I'll whip out a big surprise. Well, I've done that before, and it's got me into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I think it's time to make a thumbnail.
I have got more stuff to show, but it's getting on. So, unless you want me to quickly whip through it, and I mean quickly.
Yeah, go on.
Go on then.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hey.
Not so much this record, but the artist, River Deep, Mountain High.
Oh, I love that song.
One of my favourite songs of all time.
Yeah.
Total wow when I first heard it, especially with like the orchestra in the background.
I'll tell you what is another wow favourite, Nick, seeing them legs in the flesh.
Yeah. It could literally bring a tear to my eye, this song. It really could.
Yeah, it's a great song. I didn't know that she did it on a solo record.
Sorry?
I didn't know she re-recorded it for a solo record.
I don't know about the history about it at all, Michael. If I'm totally honest, I just love the song.
I love the original.
I think she did re-record it. She did re-record it on the album she did for that documentary thing, that film thing, that soundtrack she did. Oh,
this album and the song, Our Friends Electric,
changed everything.
Changed one of the most important songs in British music history.
Yeah.
And of course, Cars. We've got to mention Cars. Quickly show these. Not so much the band, but the movement, punk. Walking down the street and seeing teenagers with the spiky coloured hair and the chains and all the badges over the jackets and the tartan trousers and the big boots. I always wanted to be part of that. But my mother wouldn't let me.
Oh, they didn't let us, did they?
No. Finally, this is all I have by them.
Oh, I had no idea you were a Slipknot fan.
Not really. I like the odd song, but when we first got a home computer in the house and the internet and that, emailing was a bit of a novelty for me. So when I used to log into my email account, I'm going back to back then. It was Yahoo.
Yeah.
Oh, they were advertising Slipknot and this song called Left Behind, and I clicked on it out of curiosity, and there was this American band wearing like these horror type masks and that, doing this sort of, I don't think it's exactly heavy metal. It's some sort of heavy metal, new metal, or whatever they call it.
I don't know what they call it. I'm not a big fan, so.
But it totally fucking blew my mind. and they showed some live concert, and they were commanding all these sort of teenagers and kids. And it's a bit like Noddy Holder in that Reading concert. He had the audience in the palm of his fucking hand, and so did this band. And it totally amazed me and blew my mind that people could wear these things and still sing.
Yeah. They're not my cup of tea, but I do appreciate, I've got respect for them. They're good at what they do.
They're one of the biggest bands in the world.
I know.
Yeah.
The kids go mad for them.
They do.
Do they murder people?
Isn't it?
They look like they murder people.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the appeal, isn't it? This is transgressive, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, at the time, the only thing I could ever compare them to was Kiss with the makeup on, not masks, but makeup.
Kabuki. That's samurai and kabuki. Kind of these guys look like they're going to kill you.
Yeah. That clowny thing's freaky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the masks change. They've changed throughout the years, different designs and all that.
Right.
But yeah.
Oh,
totally blew my mind.
Yeah. I say Chris Hill has just mentioned do it yourself. I was listening to that this evening while I was cooking our meal this evening. I had the CD of do it yourself playing in the background. Yeah, great album.
I was listening to Alex Harvey live, the live album.
Right. There you go. Yeah. One of many, Nick, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. This was the first one I ever got.
Yeah.
British one. And then I accidentally saw others, and I thought, hey, look, these have got different covers. And then I looked into it, and then 34 from all over the world, and I've got 30.
Wow.
Dedication, isn't it?
Yes.
What ones are you missing?
There's an American one I'm missing. Israel. There's an Israeli one I'm missing. South African. And there's one from Finland.
I'm sure watchers of the stream or followers of the channel will be able to look them out and see if they can find them for you.
Yeah, well, I've got the anniversary box set as well, and I need to crack it open so I can see which American one I need.
Right.
Out of the 4, that's going to be the easiest one to get because I could go on Discogs and find it.
Yeah,
easily.
So say then Finland, Israel,
and South Africa.
South Africa, right? Yeah.
And one from America.
Yeah.
There we go. Richard said, Nick, send me a picture of the US Ian jury when I'll see this.
Yeah, well, like I say, I've got to crack open the anniversary box set, and I'll find out for sure which one I need. I thought I'd found the one I needed, but it turned out I'd have already got it. So, yeah.
Anyway, we've done 2 hours and 16 minutes of this, so we're doing quite well. So I think it's time to make a wonderful.
Do you want to mention what we're going to be doing next month?
Well, we will do that one before we go. Oh, he's going to be very clever.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
There we go. Okay, so next month it's just before Easter.
Yes.
And we're going to try something a little bit different.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if Mark, have you ever heard of a program called Room 101 or?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you about it afterwards anyway. Okay. We're going to do we're going to do our version of it, but we're going to call it Error 404. The reason being, Dave?
Well, Room 101 comes from a very famous piece of literature, a book, and Error 404 is file not found. So basically, it's in the trash.
It's in the trash, yes. So that's what we're doing before Easter. So thank you for watching. The next one is on the 2nd of April, Dave?
Yes.
2nd of April we'll be back. But in a few weeks' time, Nick, myself, and Richard are doing a tier ranking, and we're going to be doing 1977. Why are we doing 20 random songs from 1977? It's because
hang on, you're doing one Saturday week.
Yeah, that's it. Saturday week.
Yeah.
With why 77? Because Nick, myself, and Richard were all about 10-ish, 10, 11, and when we got influenced by the music. So we've gone back to that year, and I've picked randomly 20 songs that we're going to tier rank. So
and also, Man United beat Liverpool in the cup final.
They did. They did. And England won the Ashes. So that's all happening in the next few weeks. So once again, thank you for everyone taking part. Some really good albums, and thank you for Michael for coming up with this great little topic, because it was a good one to do, and I enjoyed going through them records going, oh, is that a wow record? So we'll see you all in a month's time for a live stream, but you'll see Nick and myself in a few weeks' time. So ta-ta for now, everyone.
Ta-ta, bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.
I haven't heard that music for